All right, welcome. Today we're going to take a look at learning how to use Google Docs to create a list, to create a wonderful art project to honor our 16th president, Mr. Abe Lincoln. So let's get on with it. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to start by getting to our Drive account. So let's figure out how to do that. We're going to open a new tab, and if you missed it, it's clicking this little portion over here, and that generates a new tab for you. We are then going to locate our 9 dots over here, and that pulls up our submenu for our Google. We're going to then choose Drive, and since you're already signed into your Chrome device, it'll automatically take you there. If not, it'll pull up a prompt that says your email, so you type in your school email and your school password, and then it'll let you in. All right, to create our first Google Doc, we're going to click New, and then Google Docs. And this is going to get us our document very similar to Word, and it's going to enable us to be able to work in this so that we can generate a list of Abe Lincoln facts. So we're going to start by clicking up here in this upper left corner. We need to title this so we know what that particular document is. So we're going to title Abe Lincoln. So if you were to, accidentally exit out, you can go back to your Google Drive and you see it right there, and you can just click on Abe Lincoln and it opens it up. The other nice thing about it is if you were to exit out accidentally or whatever, the nice thing about Google Docs is it saves everything automatically. Okay. All right. So we need to start our list. We're going to open another new tab, and in your Omni browser up the top or down here, we're going to go ahead and click and type in Abe Lincoln. Okay. So you get a bunch of choices that pop up. You even get this brief synopsis here of Abe Lincoln. Now, whatever site you decide to go with, just make sure that it is credible. You want to try to probably compare your facts that you found on one website to another. And chances are, if you're finding the same facts over and over and over, it's probably true. All right. But you want to kind of stay away from certain sites. I'd like you to stay away from Wikipedia if at all possible. Just because there could be anything on there that could or could not be true. So Gov sites are usually good, so we're going to go ahead and go to the Gov. Okay. All right. So we're going to go through this. 16, because he was the 16th president, which it mentions here. So remember, the one nice thing about this that'll speed up time for you and to help eliminate a lot of spelling errors is we're going to just go ahead and copy and paste. And remember, we only want to copy and paste between 1 and 2 words. So that's all the fact that we want. We don't want sentences that you chop up and break into pieces. No, we want just facts. So just the facts, please. All right. So we're going to click and drag. We're left clicking and dragging and then letting go. Then with the right side of the mouse, we right click, hover over copy, and left click. We're going to go up to Abe Lincoln, click on the left side of the mouse, and then click in this document with the left side of the mouse. And the right side of the mouse, we click again and choose paste by left clicking. All right, and that pastes that particular fact in there. Now to get to the next line, we're going to click the enter button. All right, and then we go over here to our other tab with our research, and we click. All right, now we need to find more facts about Abe Lincoln. Facts could be something as simple as speeches or big events that might have to do with Abe Lincoln. It could be stuff in his personal life, as well as things that happened during his presidency. So we want as many facts as you possibly can. Remember, 1 to 2 words per line only. All right, so we're going to left click Emancipation Proclamation because that declared slaves free. That was a big deal. So we're going to right click and choose copy and click on our Google Doc, right click and then paste. And remember, we have to hit enter to go to the next line. Okay, and we go back to the other one. So we're just kind of toggling back and forth between these two. Just don't click on the X right here because then it'll close it out and you'll have to get back into it. All right. So we're going to go through this. Confederacy, that's probably quite important. So we're going to click that one. Remember, 1 to 2 words, that these are big facts. Civil War. So when we're talking facts, we're talking really about main ideas that would sum up the life of President Lincoln. You notice this one kind of looks different. in that font than the other one, but we're not too concerned about that right now. We just want the facts. Okay, so we're continuing on. All right. So Fort Sumter, that was a big deal. So we're going to do that one. Right click, paste, enter. All right, continuing on. Yada, yada, yada. Married Mary Todd. Probably should be important to have her in there. Right click, paste. Ran against Stephen A. Douglas. Okay. That was a big opponent for him at the time. So enter, and then right click, paste. Again, you're wanting a good list. Okay, Republican, because he was a Republican. Then right click, paste. Okay, and then enter. Remember, we want a good list here. Now, we're not too worried about the font, although if you are, all that you can do is just click and drag, or the other option is edit and then select all. And then we're going to go over here to the font size and choose 12. And then we're going to go over to the font itself, and you can choose any one that you would want. I'll just pick Arial. And then I can choose the color. So click the drop down on the A, and then choose black. So then they all look the same. Okay. But like I said, that's not really super important, so you don't have to really worry about that at that time. Now, don't forget, you can always go back to your main search page and create another, not create, just go to another link and be able to look up more information on President Lincoln. So there's this one. And again, you just kind of have to go through. This is nice because it puts everything in chronological order. So that's kind of cool. So anyway, all right. So we have that. So we need a list of 20 line items. And do not put the number 1 and then blah, blah, blah. Number 2, blah, blah, blah. Okay? We don't want the numbers included. You're just going to simply count and keep track in your head. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need 12 more. All right. Let's pretend I have all my 20. What we're going to do is we're going to go to Taggle, which is in the link that you have in your Google Classroom. So you go back to Google Classroom and click on it, and here's what it is. You're going to need to sign up for this. So you're going to sign up with an account, and since I already have an account, I can't really show you, but you would click over here on the right side where it says create account, and you do, and then you would click create account using your Google account, and you would click that one. I believe it's red. So once you do that, it's going to use your school email to be able to do that, and then you'll have access to the site. Then you'll see this page. Welcome to Taggle. Okay, you're going to click by creating new word cloud. All right, and this generates your information. Okay, so at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to import some of our words. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our Google Doc. I'm going to edit, select all, and then right click, and then choose copy. Then I go to my Taggle. Click in my box, and then right click, and then choose paste. And if you did it correctly, you're going to have 1 to 2 words per line, and you're going to have 20 lines going all the way down. Okay. All right. We're going to make sure that we click, because sometimes we want that 16th, so we don't want that to be removed. So we're just going to click all of this. So leave them all blank. And then we're going to choose import. All right, so there we go. There's our new list. Okay, so you notice the color is random, angle is random, and then font is random. And then you want these all to be repeated. Okay, so that fills in everything. All right, we're going to go to shapes. You can click an image. So if you have an image of Abe Lincoln, you could do that. You could also scroll down and choose any one of these that you would like to. So I can choose this one that's a top hat, looks like Uncle Sam. And you can change the font if you would like a different type of font. Okay. I'll choose this one. And you can choose layout. So horizontal, crisscross, random. I'm just going to choose random. And then colors, you can change those if you want. But you have to unclick this, and then you would manually, put whatever in. So, all right, so there's that. Okay, so anyway, you're going to go up here to visualize. And right now it is going through and doing your creation of this particular artwork that you got going on. And like I said, you could download a picture of Abe Lincoln and use that. You just want to make sure it's just the face of Abe Lincoln with probably a white background would probably work better. So you'd have to Google a search on that, and then under images. All right, so there we go. There is our Abe Lincoln artwork. And you see we got all these different things. If we hover over them, we can see each one of these. Okay, and the more words that you have, the better it's going to turn out and look like. Okay, now if you go up to your edit mode, you can make some changes, and we're fine with this. Okay. Let's see. It is not letting me do that because I clicked edit mode. So maybe, okay, it's just being a little sluggish, it looks like. It is probably my internet being difficult, would be my guess. All right, so you could do that. You could save it, but it's going to save it to the Taggle site. Probably one of the best and easiest ways that we're going to be able to do this is we're just going to do a print screen because it's not going to be a big file anyway. We're not going to blow this up into an 8 by 10. We just want to make sure that you understand how to do this. So to do this, what we're going to do is, you can see it little crosshairs. I do that by clicking Control, Shift, and then it is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th button on the top from the left. It looks like a box with two L's right beside it. Okay, and then to do this, we're just going to click and then drag all the way over and then let go. And you can see that it did a screenshot right here. Okay, so if we click to view, it's going to take us to our files, and the file is going to look like this. Okay, and here it is. All right, so this would be what you would upload to your Google Classroom so that the other classmates could check it out. And you can get to that, again, you can get to what you saved by clicking your magnifying glass and then your files. And then you can go up here and choose your screenshot. So that's all there is to it. You can pick lots of different ones. Like I said, if you wanted to do Abe Lincoln, you could go Abe Lincoln and then go to images. And then you'd have to go through and, pick an Abe Lincoln photo that you would, like to be able to use. I don't know if they'd have, this one's good. It's got a white background. So we'd right click and then save image as. Okay. So just AL for Abe Lincoln. And then click save. It's going to save it in the downloads. So you always want to remember where you're saving it to. So you go up to Taggle. Okay. And back to clouds. And you can go click create a new cloud. Okay. And again, we just import the words. There they are. And we're going to click those. Remember that. We want to unclick each one of those. Okay. And then we choose shapes, and this is where we can add our own. You click browse for file. Remember, it's always going to be saved in the download, so we're going to choose OWL, and we're going to upload it. So show the original, and it looks, not too bad. You can move these around So you can see how it changes that a little bit. So that gives you some edges. Okay, so we'll go with that. Click OK. All right, and at this point you can remember we said that we can go through and do all of the adjustments that we'd want to. Click your layout. You can choose any one of these. I'm just going to choose random. Actually, no, I'll choose something different this time. And then your colors, remember, if you want to, you can click this off and then choose random, lots of randoms, okay? All right. Or you can just use the shape colors. If you decide to use the shape colors, then like the last time was Uncle Sam's hat, the shape colors were of the hat. They were white, blue, and red. But if you unclick this, then you're going to use these colors, if that makes sense. So we'll just use those colors now. All right, so Lincoln will look a little different, but that's okay. All right, and then we're going to click Visualize. And remember, it takes a while for it to go through. And there we go. So there's a picture of Abe Lincoln. You can kind of see the outline of, Abe's face and everything. So, when you get done, we can click Save. And remember, it does save to your downloads. Actually, no, I'm sorry. If you click that, it saves it to Taggle. So remember, if we do a screenshot, we're doing Control, Shift, and then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 button from the left, which is the box with the two number ones or L's to the right side. And we get the crosshairs, and then we left click, drag, and then unclick. Okay. All right. So if we were to click that, it's going to take us to our file folder, and then we can see a picture of what we have for Abe Lincoln. There we go. So that'd be what you'd post. All right. So in this lesson, you have learned a lot of different stuff. Okay. You've learned how to do some copy and pasting, creating a Google Doc, renaming it, locating it in Google Drive, as well as, customizing a picture by importing some words in and kind of making it your own. So it's kind of a neat project. You learned a lot, learned some research skills. You learned how to find specific facts, main ideas. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I do have some questions for you to answer on Google Classroom to kind of wrap things up. So I'm kind of looking forward to hearing what you have to say about this project and what feedback that you can offer me in moving forward for future lessons. Thanks.